Hey guys, Barry here from TGS with an Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Siege of Paris DLC achievement video. We got Vive La Résistance, 40 gamer score, reach max infamy in the rebel missions, obviously part of the Siege of Paris DLC as shown in the achievement there. As per completing this achievement, best way to put it, as you play through the DLC, you'll locate a bunch of these icons around the map, which are the rebel missions. You can buy gear, upgrades for the rebels, and do rebel missions from these locations. They're very much spread out if I zoom all the way out, so you can pretty much do them wherever you're at on the map. But I highly recommend you pick one of them near a fast travel point, as this will heavily expedite the amount of time it takes to do it. I was able to get it done pretty efficiently, focusing on the first camp that we have down here, right on the Sequana River near the Burial Mountains. What I recommend is coming here, picking up missions that are nearby. Don't go based on how much funds you get from it, this or that. I was able to max out all of my rebel equipment and characters and all that stuff just by sticking nearby. If you stick nearby, it either will send you down to the hidden dock, which I recommend getting your fast travel point here, as that'll make it a lot easier. There's also scout camp, and there's also right up here another camp spot, or spot that they like to post up little missions in. And best way to put it is, you're going to go here, grab a mission, you're going to have to travel to a scout camp, pretend. Once you're done the objective, get clear of the enemies or clear out the enemies based on how much work it is, and then just fast travel here. If you're lucky, you sometimes can fast travel right to the hidden dock and then right back to here after doing the mission, which saves a lot of time. I have picked up some missions that have taken me 1500 plus meters out, up to here, so I don't recommend selecting those. They may seem like they're a better deal, but in the end, they take a lot more time. And just to put it, they're very repetitive. So to showcase how this works, we're going to head right over here to the person with the icon right above their head.
So what will it be?
So what will it be? Take a quick look. Definitely this is not part of it, going back to England, but you can go back to England from this guy as well. Furthermore, you also notice he's one of the characters introduced early on in the DLC story.
What can we do?
But I wanted to showcase the upgrades. It costs quite a bit to max it out, but honestly, before we even reached max infamy, I was able to do so. Just make sure you try to add as many extra rebel fighters as possible early on. I've made sure I added them as quickly as possible, as they actually help towards you getting extra funds, which in turn helps you complete this quicker. I think I was able to get just above 450 per a good run, and it could be as low as like 150 on a bad run. But you get the idea. The most one of these will cost is 600. These are not required for the achievement, but they're very helpful, so I highly recommend you do them as you go. You can also go into the shop if you want to buy around in the shop, but I'm not worried about that for right now.
That's all for now. How can I help?
What really matters for this achievement is you have to pick up rebel missions and complete them. Each time you complete a mission, you'll notice a small bit of the bar gets filled in. The lower the level you are, the less bars you have to complete to level up. As you get to the 3 to 4 gap, you'll realize it's a pretty large gap. It had to be somewhere around 12 plus missions to go from 3 to 4, whereas obviously it's much less in the prior leveling up. So just a note, it can easily take somewhere between probably a dozen and 2 dozen, somewhere in there is where the amount of missions you got to do for this is. I was able to get it done in about an hour and a half or something like that, including this one we're about to do.
What do you
It's
have?
not too bad. As per going into here, I highly recommend you check the nearby ones. You can read in the descriptions to see where they're located. So you have Provenus to Melodis here. I'm probably butchering those names, just ignore me. But then we also have Scout Camp clearly stated right here. I just pointed out the Scout Camp to you guys, so might as well just hop into it. What you're going to do is simply travel there. You're going to have to go be your pet, so I have a lion mount. Best way to put it is just go direct. May not be a direct flight, but a direct ground jog, whatever you want to call it. Our lion's doing a little jog here down the road. Basically what we're going to do is head over there, eliminate the enemy squad, and then we just come back, turn it in, and that pretty much sums it up for how to complete a mission. And you're going to have to do this a ton of times. It's going to feel very repetitive, but I believe this is the final one I need to unlock the achievement for max infamy. So that is what we're working on right now. Figured showcase one of the missions in this guide is probably not a bad idea, so let's go ahead and include it. If I were to show all the missions, it would be an hour-and-a-half video of me doing repetitive missions in the same 3 locations of literally the same 3 things that you have to accomplish. So it's not very exciting in that manner, but in the manner of being efficient and getting the job done, it's definitely one of the better ways to go about it. So as you'll see, it's a pretty small camp. We have 4 rebel allies ready to go, but we're not gonna... I try not to involve them unless we have to. First, we're gonna take this guy out. Especially as one of the bigger characters, you'll see we have quite a few people down below. I'm gonna run back this way, try and work my way in over here.
What's all that?
Every other time I did this, I'm not gonna lie, I recommend going up on that hill, getting the, you can see I have in my top left, right there, the arrows, and I would just target them all at once, and pretty much, you know, take a few hits. They're definitely tougher than the last DLC enemies, but I kind of expect that to be pointless if the enemies didn't get a little bit harder each time.
Something going on?
This guy blatantly saw me and then just decided to pretend he didn't hear shit. Alright, let's bring him in here. Just want to point that out. They're not the most intelligent beings. Legit sees me and fully in front of him. He must have thought I was an apparition because of my wings. I don't know. Usually my attempts at these are a lot quicker, a lot more ruthless. I just kind of get the job done and move on. I believe this is the last guy. There's the achievement. 40 gamer score. We got all 4 people alive. You can see I just hit level 4 in Infamy. There's a separate achievement for completing 10 missions. All you have to do is do 10 of these missions, and basically you can unlock that achievement on your way to getting the other one. But fast travel. Then I'm gonna show you guys the other achievement real fast. The other achievement you can get is I'm gonna butcher this. Lesse Majeste. Let's just say I butchered it. Either way, you get the idea. Complete 10 rebel missions. You'll get this achievement on the way to this achievement. They naturally go hand in hand. So technically, this guide can kind of stand for both, but in a sense of what we're showcasing, we're going to keep it to what it is. But again, just repeat these missions, the same missions you do for the 10 achievement. You'll do the same for maxing out your Infamy level. All you do each time you come back is come back, talk to them. It'll showcase your point breakdown, and we'll go from there. He says the same thing every time. We're going to skip it. Or he changes it each time, but it's the same, you know, few sentences each time, just to put it that way. You see I had a pretty good Infamy tier multiplier on top of that. Rebel allies survived, gave us a total of 200. So we're able to get over 500 on our final run there. Much better than any of the previous runs.
Come, drink with us.
And apparently, we also get a little special ending here that I did not expect. So let's see what happens.
The place is starting to look more like an alehouse than a rebel hideout.
We call them taverns here, Eivor.
Careful. Too much wine and a man's heart is laid open for all to see.
Good people, I do not make long, flowery speeches. What I want to say amounts to but a few words. We have arrived! A toast to us and to Eivor.
You have become softer than the cheese you love.
I did not have any hope for this movement when we started. Or rather, I did not want to have any. A small group of armed peasants against, what? An army of trained soldiers. But now...
It is not through numbers that victory is gained, but in the hope and courage of those who fight.
Bah, hope is an ugly word. But, mon Dieu, they made me... feel.
For friends last longest, if fate be fair. Forgive and give again. A verse from the Havamal. Words of wisdom we follow.
Poetic. For a collection of bloodthirsting raiders.
There you have it. I think that concludes us completing Vive La Résistance. Bamboosh. We also got the Def Dash rune. But that basically was best way to put it, side content. It's not the main missions. It's kind of like side missions you do to build up the resistance, and yeah, that's pretty much how you get the achievement. As per the video I'll release of this, definitely appreciate if you like and sub.